Inflation is one of those things that we hear about all the time on the news, often wrapped up in political or economics jargon. But the reality is quite simple. Over time, your money quietly loses some of its power. The same amount buys you a little bit less than it used to. Let's explore why that happens, what it means for you, and what you can do about it without needing to become an economist. Inflation is simply the rise in prices over time. When prices go up across lots of things, food, fuel, gas and electricity, everyday life, the value of your money goes down. You still have the same number of pounds, they just don't stretch as far. It's not about one expensive breakfast or one unexpected bill, it's the steady broad rise in the cost of living. Inflation can come from lots of different places, and there are a few real-world examples that made prices jump. When the war in Ukraine began, the cost of energy and food went up sharply. Ukraine and Russia are major suppliers of oil, gas, wheat and fertiliser, so when that supply was disrupted, the price of heating homes, fueling cars, producing food, all went up. It's the same with tensions in the Middle East. The price of oil usually climbs because so much of the world's oil supply flows through that region. Higher oil prices, higher transport costs, feeds into the price of almost everything we buy. These events don't just affect one country, and they push prices up across the world. And that's inflation, when big global pressures filter down into the cost of everyday life. None of this is your fault, and none of it happens overnight. It's gradual, and that's what makes it so sneaky. Inflation affects every part of your financial life. Your day-to-day spending becomes more expensive. Your salary has to stretch further. Your savings, if they're not growing more than inflation, slowly lose buying power. It's like your money is on a slow conveyor belt moving backwards, unless you do something to counter it. Let's talk about what inflation means for some of the big financial areas of your life. Debt first. If you owe money, inflation can sometimes work in your favour. Your repayments stay the same, while your income may rise over time, so the real weight of what you owe can actually shrink a little. Savings are different. If the interest you earn on your savings is lower than inflation, your money's going backwards in real terms, even though the number in your account looks like it's going up. Then there's investing. Investing comes with risk, but it historically has been one of the ways people try to keep pace with or beat inflation over the long term. And it's not a quick fix, it's not for all money, but it can help future you stay ahead. Inflation touches all these areas. Understanding that connection gives you more control. You can't personally control inflation, but you can control your setup. 3 things help. Make sure your day-to-day money system is calm and predictable. Keep short-term savings somewhere safe and easy to access. And think long-term, whether that's paying down debt, saving with purpose, or investing for the future. Inflation isn't a scary monster under the bed, it's just a background force. Once you understand it, it becomes one more thing you can navigate, not something that just happens to you. Money feels more complicated than it needs to be because we're surrounded by jargon and noise. But inflation is simple once you strip it back. It's the slow shrink of your money's power, and you have more tools than you think to stay ahead of it.